Reduction prints. Step 1. Trace your printing plate. Once you have your printing plate, trace around it on your piece of paper so you know how big to make your drawing. Draw your picture on a paper. Decide what you'd like to draw. It could be an animal, a person, or an object. You could use a Google image to help you draw it using your observation skills. Challenge yourself to do something complex with details. Trace the outline on the printing plate. Once you're done your drawing, figure out what the outline is. The outline is the edges around the drawing and none of the details inside it. Tape your drawing onto your printing plate and then take a pen and trace over top of the outline. You need to make sure you're pressing down pretty hard so that you make an indent into the printing plate. Lifting off your paper, you should be able to see the outline. You may want to go over top of the outline again to make sure it is pressed in far enough. If it's not pressed in far enough, you will not get a good print. Now to print it. Decide what colors you want to use in your print. You're going to have at least 2. Start with the lightest one. Then put a little bit of ink on the printing plate or the ink tray and cover your roller. Then take your printing plate and cover it in your ink, making sure you're getting a nice even coat. Make sure you don't put too much, otherwise it will go in the lines and you will not get a clear print. Then take your paper and rub over top, rubbing to all of the edges so you get a nice clear print. Do at least 2 different prints. So choosing 2 different colors, you could do them on the same paper or you could do it on a different set of papers. Look at your prints to see if you needed to add more ink or to rub in different places. Now to get the details. Tape your drawing back over your printing plate and now trace all of the details you drew inside. Make sure again you're pressing nice and hard so that you make an indent into the printing plate. You might need to go over top of the drawing again a second time to make sure you get a good indent. Cut out along the outline. In order to not fully go over our last print, we need to cut out the outline. So taking scissors and carefully cutting out the outside of your drawing. Print it round 2. Now you're going to print with your darker colors. So put a little bit of ink on your ink tray and again roll out your brayer so it's covered in ink, making that squeaky noise. Then you're going to cover your printing plate, so your drawing. You might need to take a pen and kind of go over any of the lines if you put too much ink. Once you have the right amount of ink on, then you can put it over top of your print that you did before to add the details to it. Make sure you line it up with your other print so that the outline is the same as the outline that you cut out. Then rub all along, pressing in all of the edges, transferring the ink. Peel it off. Then you can keep repeating the process for as many prints as you did. You can see on my second print, I didn't get quite enough ink on the nose of the zebra. So I do lots of prints so that I can get the best prints possible.